The 14 million sub YouTuber Rosanna Pansino took issue with the MrBeast video she participated in 2 years ago, when 2 days ago she tweeted out, "I have been allowing others to treat me poorly in private for many years and I'm fed up. I'm going to start standing up for myself and finding my voice. MrBeast lied and edited me out of the top 3 in Creator Games 3. I had participated in Creator Games 1 and 2, and was excited to be part of YouTube's Creator Games 3, Hide and Seek at SoFi Stadium. After filming had wrapped, I truly couldn't believe how well I did at the competition, and was proud of what I achieved. I had placed 3rd. When the video was released, I was shocked, disappointed, and felt hurt. MrBeast, Jimmy, had edited the video to make me look like I performed worse than I did. This was extra upsetting, because I genuinely believed him when he said that his videos are authentic and real. He edited the video to look like the final 3 people were Laurie, Logan Paul, and Zach King. The final 3 people were actually Zach, Quackity, and myself. For the entire duration of filming, we all wore earpieces connected to walkie-talkies. They would announce in our ears when someone had been found, or when we had to move hiding spots. If we didn't move, you were immediately disqualified. While I was still hiding, they announced that they found Logan Paul. I couldn't believe I outlasted him. He is a fierce competitor. It was getting really late. We filmed for over 24 hours straight, and they eventually offered me money to come out of hiding and quit. I declined. I had been counting the eliminations and was currently in 4th place, with Laurie, Quackity, Zach, and myself still remaining. Jimmy asked us to move hiding spots again, to the side of the stadium with the mannequins. It was at this time that I was found and transitioned to moving to my next hiding spot. When Jimmy found me, he brought me to the field with the others that had also been found. I thought I placed 4th. However, Laurie had fallen asleep and hadn't moved in a long time, so he was disqualified. This meant I got 3rd place. When I arrived to the field, I saw Matt, Pat, and Logan there, because they were seekers now, and Jimmy said he was going to look for Zach, and asked if anyone wanted to join him. I offered to help, but he said he wanted to take Logan instead, so I hung back to start looking for Zach in a different direction with Matt, Pat. I placed 3rd, Quackity placed 2nd, and Zach placed 1st. This is what actually happened. Despite Jimmy editing out the only female in the top 3, I was proud of what I achieved. I followed the rules of the game, gave it my all, had fun, and never gave up. They can't take that away from me. Zach W responds by saying, "Is there anyone else who can back up this story? Is there any evidence at all? I don't not believe you, but I don't feel confident in the story without evidence. Literally anything would help. Anything that could help us figure this out?" Rosanna then responds by saying, "Quackity confirmed what happened separately and I didn't even know it." She then shares her quote tweet of someone sharing a Quackity clip where she says, "Thank you for sharing this clip. I hadn't seen it before. Quackity indeed got 2nd place. I don't know why they edited him out of the top 3 as well." This clip was posted by Cooney and they say, "I want to give veracity to the story. Quackity on May 22nd, 2022 told the same story, but in Spanish on the Rubis Twitch channel. I'm going to leave the translation below. And since this is an English channel and I don't understand Spanish, I'm going to skip over the actual clip and just read out the translation that Cooney made. But if you do understand Spanish and just want to hear the clip, I will leave it linked in the top of the description below. But for those of us who only understand English, Cooney helps translate it to Quackity saying, "It was in an American football stadium, and let me tell you what happened. I was hiding in the stadium for like a good 12 hours. There was Logan Paul, Bella Porch, who else? Everyone. So what happened is that it was for $1 million. I was one of the last 3 left, and do you know what happened? I was running through the stadium and Nolan saw me. Nolan found me and ran. Thanks to him, I was secondly, because there was 3 of us left. First they took me out, and there were 2 left, and then they found another and there was only 1 left. It turns out that the one who remained was asleep on the 2nd floor, and the 2nd floor was already prohibited. Then it was me and another." Rose Malay responds to this by saying, "MrBeast makes short videos of challenges that last for days. What's new?" He explained all of this in his video, nothing to see here. If there was an editing mistake and she actually got 3rd instead of 4th, it doesn't matter. The Laurie thing had to be explained like how it is. MrBeast says Logan Paul was found 1 minute before Zach, who won, so it likely all happened really fast. This is a giant fucking nothing burger. Rosanna then responds by saying, "Logan Paul was found while I was still hiding. This was hours before Zach was found. MrBeast lied." Rosanna then posts that clip of Quackity again and says, "My story was previously confirmed by Quackity. Someone on Twitter let me know that he talked about it on a stream and was also confused as to why he was edited out of the top 3. Video was in Spanish." Rosanna then retweets PopCrave's coverage of her story and JustJared.com's coverage of her story, and then tweets out, "Thank you for making me feel not alone. This has all been overwhelming and a lot to process today. I was scared to tell my story for a long time because of how much hate others have gotten in the past for speaking up about their own experiences. In the hours since posting my story, I have received at least 3 other messages from female creators who have had similar experiences with MrBeast and those around him. That will be their story to tell if they choose to, but it is making me realize I am not as alone as I once thought I was. Also, unbeknownst to me, Quackity has also told the same story previously on a live stream stream. He was also confused as to why they edited him out of the top 3. Thank you all for the immense support. Words cannot describe how empowering and healing the last 24 hours has been. Keemstar then quote tweets her and says, her statements are written like a Me Too statement. She's talking about not getting credit from MrBeast for her getting 3rd place in hide and seek. Rosanna then quote tweets Keem and says, ah yes, downplaying women's survival stories to throw a jab on Twitter. Stay classy, Keem. Means I've finally made it. She then edits her post to say, ah yes, Keem, downplaying Me Too to throw a jab on Twitter. Pretty low, even for you. Means I've finally made it, I suppose. Someone then made a response to her which was deleted, but I assume it's asking about the edit she made because she responded to that tweet by saying, I'm not talking about that. Keem is downplaying the Me Too movement. I agree, I was not comparing them. I clarified the tweet. Franny reacts to all of this with a picture of a guy that's meant to represent Rosanna, smiling at the statement, I got 3rd place in a MrBeast video and he edited it differently, versus her with a disappointed face when she finds out that nobody is giving a flying fuck about it. She then responds by saying, you cared enough to make a graphic. Thanks. She then shares this TikTok that says, MrBeast lied about Rosanna Pansino, and she says, pretty much.
MrBeast lied in his Creator Games video. Rosanna Pansino placed 3rd place in the SoFi Stadium hide and seek game, but in the video it was Logan Paul as 3rd, Lorray as 2nd, and Zach King as 1st. Lorray fell asleep so he was disqualified, but she beat out Logan Paul. He was not in top 3. And even though Zach King was crowned the winner of the hide and seek game, there was a YouTube contract signed with the stadium that stated that you had to try to be in very easily accessible places. And he violated the contract because not only did he hide in a place that was not easily accessible, while they were trying to find him, MatPat noticed that there was literally damage and things falling from the ceiling. Nobody wanted to check up there because again, that would be a violation. So creators just chalked it up to people doing construction on the roof. And the only person who hid longer than she did in the challenge was Quackity. So why would Jimmy and his team lie about something so simple? And then also, if this allegation is true and he really did lie about this, video structure was so harmless and simple and done for charity. If he lied on such a harmless video, what else is he lying about?
You know, gives away these cars. He really gives away all this money. It's real, it's real, it's real. It wasn't real. I was top 3, and he edited it to be all men.
Complicated LP then responds to her with another clip of Quackity talking about the situation from a year ago, and she quote tweets it and says, thank you for sharing this. I hadn't seen Quackity talking about this until today.
So I ended up being in 3rd place. I ended up being in 3rd place because they found me, but Lorray was in that video, and Lorray was asleep. So I was technically 2nd place. So I was the 2nd place in that video.
She then shares the clip again and says, a year ago, Quackity talks about getting 2nd place in Creator Games 3. This video is in English, where he confirms that he was edited out of the top 3 as well. Thanks to Complicated LP for sharing. She then reposts a tweet from Time Magazine talking about this, and announces that she recently went on the H3 podcast to talk about the entire situation. Reboot Alaska responds to her by saying, it's sad you are saying MrBeast discriminated against you for being a woman, when you also said your camera died, so they didn't have footage to use anyways. How else was he supposed to finish the video without the footage? Really twisting this story to fit your victim narrative. She responds by saying, like I said on the H3 podcast, I had a GoPro strapped to my chest the entire time, and when my camera died, they said I could use my phone to film, so I did. She then tweets out a clip from her time on the H3 podcast with the caption, answering your questions. 1. Why didn't you reach out to MrBeast privately? 2. What if it was an editing mistake? 3. Have you talked to him since?
Questions, genuine questions. They want to know what's going on. They want more details. I can't write back thousands of people online over and over again the same answer. Clarifying.
That's why I want to do a good job of asking you questions that detractors will say, so that you have the opportunity to address them now.
Yeah, and that's what I want too, because I physically can't write back everyone.
Yeah, of course.
And answer all these questions. It's just not possible. Right. And another question that I got was, well, why didn't you reach out to him privately? Mm-hmm. Why didn't you reach out? And
what does it matter if you reach out to him privately? Is my question.
The video was public.
Yeah.
I found out when it went public, and he didn't have the decency to contact me privately and tell me, hey, just to let you know, to make the video more entertaining, we cut you out. Mm-hmm. He didn't give me a heads up. And he lied.
Mm-hmm.
At first, when it came out, I almost thought another thing people are saying is, well, what if it was just an editing mistake?
Yeah, is it possible that it wasn't done in bad faith, do you think?
Oh. Okay. Okay. So these are all the thoughts that ran through my head when I watched the video for the first time, because I liked him so much. I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt. I was shocked, I was confused, I was upset, and I was going, maybe this was a mistake. But then he recorded voiceover and he said a blatant lie. So the voiceover in the video at the very end part says, we found Logan Paul. I found Logan Paul literally 1 minute before Zach King.
Oh, so he's
Yeah.
so he's
That
trying to
is-
even make it sound like he did second
that
place.
Didn't even, no, that never
third
happened.
place.
Logan Paul was
second.
found while I was hiding, hours
Dude, that's so lame.
hours before Zach
There's
King.
literally no
So
reason for him
that
to
is
do that.
intentional.
Yeah.
That's not a oopsies. That was intentional. And other people are like, well, have you talked to him? Have you reached out? And actually last night he did reach out to me.
Oh,
And oh my God, Ethan, I'm going to send you the messages.
oh shit.
Wait,
I'm
who
going to
reached
send you
out?
the messages.
Mr.
Like,
Beast?
can you,
Read them out.
hold
Girl,
on. Let me
send them
just
to me.
get my,
Nice.
But can I answer from my point of view when people say like, why don't you reach out, blah blah blah. The fact that she was in his video doesn't mean they're best friends and she has like a direct contact with him or has that kind of relationship even to be like, hey buddy, what happened? It's like, it's not like that,
Buddy.
you know?
But also,
It-
like she
it-
said, the video's already out.
And the video is already out. The narrative is already out there. What does
Yeah.
it matter?
She then posts another clip of her on the H3 podcast with the caption, "MrBeast kept pressuring me to get on the phone with him and would not answer any of my questions in writing. When I asked him to send the raw footage, he went radio silent."
messages. So this is, oh, okay. Mike said he emailed him in. So right now, Mr. Beast wanted to get on the phone with me. He wanted me to give me his number and call him and talk it out. I don't feel comfortable communicating that way, and here's why. He will not respond to me any of my questions in writing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he knows.
He keeps pushing it 3 times. You'll see, call him.
Girl, you
call
are
him.
so right. People do that to me all the time too.
Same here.
Yeah.
Same here. Someone asks to call, I say I don't have a phone. Sorry.
'Cause the thing is,
Write me.
I've been burned so many times by people
Yeah.
doing that when I didn't know what
Yes.
anything.
You learned the
Yep.
hard way.
And then I go, hell no, writing only.
We're gonna
That's
need that
exactly
answer
it.
in writing.
Yeah.
Yep. And whatever he can say to me on the phone, he can say to me in writing.
Exactly.
And I know this, unfortunately, because I've been in entertainment for a really long time. And unfortunately, I was in a situation different than this, but someone did this to me. And I learned the hard way. And so I'm not doing that again. And I asked him flat out, I'll show you. Mike is sending over the messages. I asked why he lied. I asked him. He won't answer. He says he can't remember. And so the very last message I sent him, I said, send me the raw footage and let's check the timeline. And I got radio silence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Because he's like, dude, that's he knows if he puts, God knows what's in there, you know, if you sift through the whole damn, I mean, God. that's a lot of proof.
Rosanna then shows those DMs she mentioned on the H3 podcast when she tweeted them out and said, "If he can say it to me on the phone, he can say it in writing. When I asked him to send over the raw footage to review the timeline, he went radio silent. MrBeast kept pressing me to get on the phone and refused to answer any of my questions in writing." She then shares those messages, with the first one coming from MrBeast in response to her initial tweet on this, where he says, "What's your phone number? I'd love to call and see if we can figure out what happened." She responds, "Hey Jimmy, my intention of speaking up is not to be malicious or create drama. I was really hurt by the editing decisions you made. Editing me out of the top 3 and making me look like I performed worse than I did. Quackity was also edited out of the top 3, and he was also talked about. I have stayed silent for so long. It's causing me mental stress and anguish. It's not mentally healthy for me to have someone make me look worse than I am to millions of people. I would never do that to a fellow creator. MrBeast responds, obviously I wasn't trying to make you look bad. Just give me a time we can chat. I'm not mad or anything, just want to help. She responds, why did you lie? Why did you say in the video that you found Logan literally 1 minute before Zach? I outlasted Logan and was proud of what I accomplished. It actually built some confidence in myself that wasn't there before. He responds, I don't know, been a while. Let's call and figure it out. She responds, I'll give you some time to look into it. And remember, and then we can discuss. I'm more than happy to review all the raw footage to help show the timeline of events. Feel free to send it over to my team. Let me know. Gotts responds by saying, no one cares. To which Rosanna responds, true that. Lady Ario says, I don't know, been a while. It's so flippant and disrespectful. Jesus Christ. Gear Sounds responds, he is literally the most busy creator on earth. Asking such indignant questions is disrespectful. Making accusations is disrespectful. Rosanna responds, all entrepreneurs are busy. He is not better than anyone else. I didn't make an accusations. He lied and I directly asked him why he did it. He avoided the question. Rosanna then posts a black image with white text saying, when I asked for the raw footage, MrBeast went radio silent. Warren responds by saying, something ironic is saying he's radio silent while you refused to take a phone call. Rosanna responds, it's not ironic, it's strategic. I learned about this in my college business class. My professor said to always try to establish a paper trail via text, email to protect yourself. It's very common in business. Avoiding meetings in person or over the phone is just smart in business. He knows what's in the footage. He'll never give my team the raw footage to review timestamps. It will show what I said it true. Temo responds to Rosanna by saying, 38 years old and the biggest highlight of your career is clout chasing. Rosanna responds, nope, I'm just old and don't give a crap anymore. It's awesome. Rare Hunter Tyler responds to her by saying, I have evidence that Rosanna is getting paid by YouTube to bring this up 2 years after the fact to try and take heat off of the Sniper Wolf situation. She quote tweets him and says, oh no, whatever you do, please don't expose me. Just kidding, this is one of the funniest lies I've seen in years. Please post this proof immediately. She then posts another clip of her on the H3 podcast with the caption, it's shady to not be comfortable having something in writing. Anything you can say to me on the phone, you can say in writing. A common tactic in business is to do everything over the phone so that there is no record. I don't play that game. And before I show this clip, it is 6 minutes long, so I will be segmenting it in the timeline below as a chapter if you want to skip through it and get to the tweets that come afterwards. Anyways, with that being said, here's the clip.
Text, right?
He keeps pressuring me to get on the phone with him, and it's because he can say whatever he wants on the phone to me, lie to me, and then deny everything he said. It's a smart business tactic. He's a smart guy. He's a businessman.
Cynical though.
Yeah.
I mean,
and I learned the hard way. I've been.
I
in that
would say
situation.
that you denying the phone call is a smart
I
move.
agree.
Slick.
Because I feel like we've all had something like that happen to us. And so now we know. Once it happens to you, you know.
Yeah.
Can I give you a next level tip? Because this is what I did to BBTV.
Yeah, I'd love it.
If here's the best part, right? You can use that against them. I had this problem with BBTV where they had not paid me a ton of money they owed me. It's all resolved now, so I'm not trying to go after them. But because they were in Canada, and you got to check wherever he's calling from, there are tons of places that are one-party consent, which means you can record it. And so when I got on the phone with them, they're being like overly frank. They're being overly aggressive. They're being overly, they're saying it all like, hey, this is what it is. And so by recording that legally, then you get their asses even harder. But I don't. Jimmy's in where? Iowa or something? I mean, here. Let's see. Hey, that's fine. So he says, "What's your phone number? I'd love to call and see if we can figure out what happened." You responded.
Your message is so sweet. I like it.
He said, "You said, hey Jimmy, my intention of speaking up is not to be malicious or create drama. I was really hurt by the editing decision you made. Editing me out of the top 3 and making me look like I performed worse than I did felt awful. Quackity was also edited out of the top 3. Oh wait, Quackity.
Wait, he talked about it?
Whoa.
Yes, he talked
I
about
didn't
this.
know. That's what I was also shocked by, because
I have a clip on my.
I don't know if
on
I've
my
ever seen a
Twitter.
creator with more engagement than Quackity. Like, he's huge. It's just in like a more of like the Spanish sector. So maybe MrBeast was like, oh, that doesn't overlap. I don't know.
That's crazy.
But
I
I'm
wasn't
surprised I didn't
aware.
hear that. Yeah.
And then he didn't even get top 3.
So I didn't know this. A fan actually sent me this.
Can you send that to Dan and we'll open it?
Yeah, send us the link.
A year ago, Quackity talked about it, and I didn't know that he had talked about it. And I'm really happy someone sent me that because it was at least somebody kind of
Corroborate, yeah.
Corroborating.
Corroborate.
Yeah. You're new to this kind of
You're
drama,
really new to drama.
The legalities, yeah.
So it was just nice to have, like, I didn't even know that existed, so it was just nice to, like in my story, I was saying Quackity was second, and that's what he's saying in the video, and he was so confused, too. Like, what?
So, what place did he say Quackity got?
Second.
Oh, you got
No, he didn't say that he got second, but that's what he he technically
he
got
says
first.
it in the video. He goes like,
Who did MrBeast say? Like,
who?
In the video, what place did he get?
Who are the top 3 in the video?
Oh, I don't know what he placed him in the video.
I think maybe it's in the message, no? The
Yeah,
first one?
Maybe 4th?
Wait, he got 4th? No, they have a little thing. You go to the end. It
I don't
shows
know
you.
where they put him.
It was a little confusing because when I watched it last night, near the end is where the Lorray disqualification happens, and they just kind of go straight from that into the final winner or whatever. So it's kind of ambiguous, I guess.
Dude, I'd be that's fucked up.
Yeah. So he.
Did you put in the video here, Dan? What's this new album?
I'm trying to send it. It's being weird.
So there was another video that was longer, but it's in Spanish. So a fan found this one. It was in English, which I just really appreciate because somebody did transcribe the Spanish one, but it's still a little bit trickier to follow. So I really appreciated someone finding something in English because he's bilingual, speaks both.
So let me read the text exchange and then I'll pull up the video. Right. You said you continue by saying it really hurt. I was really hurt by the editing decision you made. Editing me out of the top 3, making it look like I performed worse than I did, felt awful. Quackity was also edited out of the top 3, and he also talked about it. I've stayed silent for so long, it's causing me mental stress and anguish. It's not mentally healthy for me to have someone make me look worse than I am to millions of people. I would never do that to a fellow creator. He said, obviously, I wasn't trying to make you look bad. Just give me a time we can chat. I'm not mad or anything, just want to help. You responded, why did you lie? Why did you say in the video that you found Logan Paul literally 1 minute before Zach? I outlasted Logan and was proud of what I accomplished. It actually built some confidence in myself that wasn't there before. Yeah, I see. He says, I don't know. It's been a while. Let's call and figure it out.
That's wild. That's wild. I don't know, been a while. And I mean, you were being so vulnerable by saying that. So I wish he affirmed your feelings a bit more.
You respond.
Your experience.
I'll give you some time to look into it and remember, and then we can discuss. I'm more than happy to review all the raw footage to help show the timeline of events. Feel free to send it over to my team. Let me know.
And then he just goes silent and hasn't written me back all day.
Yeah.
That was last night.
Okay. We didn't get the video link. I know I saw it somewhere. Where was it? I saw it in our document somewhere.
Oh, it's my newest tweet.
Tweet, so just pass me, yeah.
Mike said he's having a hard time at our hotel internet. I'm so sorry,
your
guys.
internet's great, by the way.
Yeah, the call is working.
Yeah.
Rosanna then posts this clip with the caption, vlog footage from the Creator Games. This was filmed before I found out that Lorray had been disqualified for falling asleep and had not moved in some time, meaning I was 3rd. It's weird to watch this now because at the time I was so happy. I was glowing.
So when I came down the first floor, I was hiding underneath like a metal staircase and I could hear people going up and down it, and then Jimmy told us to move again, so I jumped into an x-ray machine and I was hiding in there, and then he said we had to move to where the mannequins were on this side of the stadium, and I think I was already on that side, but I didn't know that, and so I got out of the x-ray machine right when Jimmy is driving by on a golf cart. Just, oh my gosh, just bad luck, but I made it to top 4, 4th place, so I'm really proud of myself because that's just a miracle. Never thought I would make it this far, and this has been an amazing day. Like, what is my life? This is incredible. Thank you, Jimmy.
She then tweets out, question, why do you care if you didn't win anyways? Answer, this is such a selfish mindset. It's not about me. I feel bad for Quackity too. His performance was also messed with. I am a team player. I believe in good sportsmanship. I care because we were told the game was fair and honest, and it wasn't. We were competing for $1 million to give away to our communities. That is life-changing money. We all wanted to win to give back to those who have supported us. It's beyond disrespectful to mess with that. Based on several messages I've received from other large creators, the same and worse has been done to them too. I have found my voice and will support others who find theirs. Def Noodles responds with a picture of a man gradually turning himself into a clown in 4 steps, with the captions, maybe if I accept an invitation to be in a MrBeast video, dislike the way it was edited, stay quiet about for 2 years, then I can use it for attention and sympathy on the internet. She responds, this is hilarious. Yes, my master plan is working perfectly. Keemstar then tweets about this when he says, Rosanna Pansino is a psychopath! How can you be so self-absorbed that you publicly trying to cancel someone for not getting credit and coming 3rd place in hide and go seek? Keep in mind, she was in 4th place, and one person got disqualified for falling asleep. Crazy woman! She quote tweets him and says, MrBeast's friends aren't sexist. MrBeast's friends. She then tweets out a gif of a girl saying, physics! And captions it by saying, MrBeast fans doing math. Standing up for yourself plus facts equals clout chasing. She then shares a 5-second video of her sleeping with her dog and says, just living that clout chasing life. P. Jepper responds by saying, there's no way at 38 years old this is your career highlight. Rosanna responds, beg to differ. Blueberry Muffin is the best color in the world. LM30 responds by saying, clout chasing at 40 is crazy. She then responds, that's my brand, cookies and clout. She then tweets out about her current vacation in Hawaii and then says, the amount of DMs I'm receiving from people with similar stories. People, know that you are not alone. You are seen and your experiences are valid. She then promotes a brand new song cover she made and uploaded to her YouTube channel, and then continues tweeting about MrBeast when she says, I think it confuses people that I don't have a motive. I don't want anything. I'm just speaking truths that I've held in for years. I'm sorry that the truth upsets people, but it is what it is. I'm the happiest I've ever been in life. I'm getting older and just don't care. She then promotes her song cover again, and Jack responds by saying, so all that crying and bitching was just to promote your crappy song? She responds, I release a video every Saturday. Haven't missed an upload in 11 years. This was scheduled for Halloween weekend on the full moon, way in advance. You were grasping at anything to get mad at me about. I'm sorry that me speaking up hurt your feelings. You can leave at any time. Matt responds by saying, didn't hurt feelings, just the whole time frame of it all. You could have spoken up months ago, but you had to get a marketing team behind it. She quote tweets him and says, I don't have a marketing team or a publicist. It's just me. I'm dyslexic and don't even run my calendar. I think you were giving me way too much credit. Thank you? Keemstar then quote tweets her and says, yes, maybe you upload every Saturday. Fine. But you don't normally upload music videos every Saturday, do you? And just because you upload every Saturday doesn't mean that you didn't pick the time to speak out against MrBeast right before you knew you had this music video coming out. We are adults. She quote tweets him and says, I did a cover of a song from 1969. Nice. Do you really think that's the video I would time for my clout tour? Come on, Keem. This is like the most lukewarm tea you've covered in a while. Your poor audience is going to fall asleep. He quote tweets her and says, since you are so good at hide and go seek, I challenge you to the Twitter version. You hide first. She then responds by saying, I'd play, but you'd probably just rig the game anyways. Keemstar responds, found you, you are out. And then screenshots this and attaches it to his previous tweet with the caption, just want to make sure she gets credit for placing it first and last place. Keemstar then continues to joke about the situation when he says, MrBeast cut me from the paintball video. Multiple different YouTubers were in the video that were involved in the paintball tournament. I had to do commentary, and they didn't show me doing commentary, just the audio. Everyone thinks MrBeast is a great guy for curing the blind, healing the deaf, cleaning the oceans, planting the trees, feeding the homeless, giving people tons of money. However, could he be a good person at all if he cut me out of the paintball vid? I think not! Thank you to everyone showing me support during this difficult time. Apparently there's been a GoFundMe made for my suffering that has raised over $50K. I appreciate those who have donated, but my suffering was at least $2.5 million worth of pain, so step it up. Burger King Boy 34 then responds to Keemstar by adding Rosanna and asking her, what's your end game? Why wait 2 years? What are you trying to get out of this? Money because you suck and couldn't win first? Jealous that he has so many subscribers and meets all these celebrities? Jealous that people don't talk about you? What's your catch, kid? Rosanna responds, I think it confuses people that I don't have a motive. I don't want anything. I'm just speaking truths that I've held in for years. I'm sorry that the truth upsets people, but it is what it is. I'm the happiest I've ever been in life. I'm getting older and just don't care. Burger King Boy responds, if you don't have a motive, then props to you, and you will earn the respect. Just can't have you being one of those guys/girls that are after the money or fame. So props to you, miss, if this is true. She responds, I understand that completely. I have plenty of money. There are some articles in Forbes about my ventures if you ever want to Google them. And I don't care about fame. I do love working on sets. Very fun. I have friends from all walks of life, and I spend most of my time with my family. My sister and I are besties. Life is good. And it definitely looks like life is good for her right now, as she's having a great time in Hawaii, while MrBeast is scrambling to get hundreds of hours of raw footage from a project that he uploaded 2 years ago. I'm sure he still has that on his hard drive. This whole situation is just so ridiculous. I definitely understand being upset with how MrBeast edited that video and how he manipulated facts to make it more fast-paced and entertaining for a 12-minute video, but I honestly feel like this is something that should have been dealt with 2 years ago, preferably in private, but maybe even publicly would be okay too. I highly doubt MrBeast was deliberately trying to take credit away from her because he has something against her or women, like some of these tweets liked by Rosanna are suggesting, but that's just my opinion. And if you have any differing opinion, I would love to hear it in the comment section below. We are also going to be checking out the opinions of other big creators responding to this controversy, both in support of and against Rosanna, in the next video. So if you don't want to miss that, be sure to subscribe with notifications on. But with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in another video.